So when you ask me some of you ask me, how did you what did you do to become where you are, to become like you are? The first thing I think that took me there was pain. So here I am, a little girl, a teenager, a young girl, living with parents who, how do we say this, who maybe spoiled me, who adored me. What else can I say? A wonderful life. And then I heard this voice and this language, and I'm ready to move, more than when the school wanted to send me to Europe. So being in that place of flying to Europe completely by myself, knowing nobody, knowing no language, knowing nothing. I didn't know how to vacuum. I did not know what a vacuum cleaner was. I did not know how to, of anything, oven, dishwasher. I didn't know any of this. And the worst was missing my mom and dad, missing the sisters, missing my life. So pain and suffering, really pain and suffering, where it was tight inside and nobody to speak to. The couples where I was working, we leave in the morning, I have the babies to take care of, and they'll come back at night, sometimes 5:30, sometimes 6, sometimes 7, and I have to prepare their meals, and I don't know how to do this. Pain and suffering, a lot of crying. Then I became, when one day my dad said, "Didn't you wanted this experience?" "Yes, Papa." "Then stop crying and enjoy whatever you're doing." This is when a huge awareness started coming. Because don't forget, even the freeway, even the cars everywhere, the elevator, nothing was part of my known world. So awareness is what took me to where I am today. Awareness. I start to learn mentally. I start to condition myself. I start to condition myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because now I realize what I'm missing also, the spiritual life of the house, the spiritual life of the environment, the eating on banana leaves for Shivaratri. None of this existed. So now what do? I have to condition my body. I was like 40 kilos, so it's like, how do I make this? And winter is coming. So a lot of conditioning. And through this awareness, it's, what do I want? My dad said it to me. "You wanted that, didn't you?" "Yes, Papa." So what do I want now? What is my desire? What do I desire in life? And what is the life I desire? I think that was the main. I have to tap into it to share more with you. And the culture where I come from, it's always know thyself. I didn't even know what it meant, but I heard it. I heard it over and over again. Know thyself, be thyself. Vedas. What does that mean now? That I'm by myself. How do I get to this? What am I supposed to do to get there? I have to shape my life, my everyday life. I have to shape a life of non-abundance to abundance again. So what is my life? How do I achieve? How do I look by myself. I mean, there's nobody around me. There's no aunties, there's no papa, there's no mama, there's nobody who used to be around me to tell me, to guide me. How will I achieve success now? Already, I think it was a success to be in this huge plane. That was a success. To be in Paris, to be in France, to see everything I'm seeing, that's a success. But why, if all this is a success, why I'm in pain? Why I'm suffering? Oh, my parents used to say, we always have to progress. Okay, so what, now I remember they used to speak about these topics, but what is the path of success? What is it? For that, I have to move into the path of progress. So go into the world of progress, build progress. What does that mean? So it's like tiny, tiny step. Plus being with babies, 2 or 3 babies, 3 years old, 1 year old, and then another baby came later. So how much time do I take to study? What is there? What do I do? How do I do this? So I have now to start thinking, how do I shift the chapters of my life? Then it's not a chapter, it's a book. I have to completely change the chapter of my book, of the inner book and the outer book, both. It's a lot for me. I don't know what to do. Nobody is guiding me. I work all day, but there's not even anybody there. A book of change has to come, a huge book. And you know, at that time we had all these, mostly in my country, we had all these big books to learn from. It was coming from England. Now I'm realizing I have to tap into an inner power, an inner force. Now, I've heard all this for years through the discussion among the adults around us, children, but did I pay attention? No. I'll play with mud, take the wheel of a bicycle and a stick, play with that, play in the dark, make sound to scare other children, smaller children. That was my life, and then study when it was needed. So now with that inner force, this is where the key is. When I become aware, I have to condition my body, my spiritual life, my mind, my emotion, my intellect, my intelligence. I have to condition that. This is one thing. The next step now is I realize I have to be in the path of progress. I have to progress, no matter what, wrong, right, I don't know, but I have to progress. For that, I have to find my inner power. I have to tap into it. I have to find this inner force that will have to push me. What do I have to do with this? Take action. Action which will lead to a sustainable success. Because remember, I come from a life where everything was plateau every now and then, or always ascending. And then here I am now with one day the children make me happy, we laugh, I play, I'm sitting on the ground playing with these babies, beautiful. And then, so I will be going up and down. Then I will cry until I stop crying. Then when I stop crying, I realize I have another world to create. So that's a lot to do. So then my question to myself is, mostly at night, because all day long there was no moments for that, what's the psychology of success? What is the psychology of success? This is huge. What is it? Then I realized that, I'm going to create something for me, something where I will create a new destiny, a new destiny. I create my destiny. Mama is not there, Papa is not there, aunties are not there, elders are not there. Who is going to create? It's me. And here I am, an au pair girl. I have to create a new destiny. But I don't even speak the language. So that's a lot. Now I start learning French, learning. Alliance Française, learning. I wish now to direct my thinking, my destiny in a different way. I want to go faster. Even spiritually, I didn't understand anything because everything was taken care of at home. Now I'm by myself. I even went to Saint Eustache, for those who know Paris. I went to Saint Eustache Church to be in the choral so I can get to see something outside of the house. It was where we have Les Halles now. So directing life from my inner life. Does that sound weird? No. Directing life, my outside life, from my inner life, my inner desire, my inner choice of thinking, my inner choice of destiny, my inner strength. For that, I'll have to make decision. For that, I'll have to every morning get up early to be in the chorus, to be in the church. And when the priest speaks, I didn't understand much. Nothing made sense to me. It's like, what am I going to do? Decision. What matters to me? Then I start wondering to myself, what is it that matters? I see all these people in the street of Paris. I go to Normandy every weekend, or I go to Tours every weekend. Now, I love being in Tours because this is where the best French was resonating in my brain, in my inner ear, and even in my heart. And whenever it will be time to go there, I start to dare to ask for something, I like to take French classes there when we go there for 2 weeks of vacation, 1 week of vacation. So all the way from everything I knew in my childhood to what it means now to move into a place of using something inside of me, that inner strength, to ask, to be confident enough in my broken French to ask for something. And I start asking. And I start to ask permission to touch the books in the libraries of these different places I was living with the families. And I start to cultivate something intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, in my limited way at that time, very limited. And the self-confidence start to build with this, like a boat on the water when there's no wind and when there's no directions on the boat. I'm sure when you were small children, you want to learn how to sail and you get that. And I realize I need to act. I need to act. I need to take action. And to take action, I need courage. Now, what is courage? Courage is when I want to do something. It's scary. It's, what other word? It's fearful, I think, fearful. And I said, okay. I don't know how many of you has done, how do we say this in English? These big, when we have to fly from, like in California, I did this a lot, from the Delta plane on a cliff, yes. When you have these two cliffs, very, very high, and you have water, and you have to jump to be able to raft down there. I've done that. This is when you need courage. I wanted to do everything I was doing. I want to do it, But now I need courage. I didn't really need courage when I was living with my parents at home. I didn't need courage. I needed courage then, all by myself, completely alone, with living in the way I used to live at home and bringing it every day. I have to change everything about me. I have to change even my beliefs, how I dress, the weather. I have to change my beliefs. I have to move into action. I have to act. And I have to step in innovation, in my abilities to create something different. I have to find out what is skills in the West. What is skills in the West is totally different than skill in the East. Not only in the East, and an island where everything is like flowery at that time. Beliefs. And worth. What is my worth from that place to this place? So there has been pain in me. You know, you look at me today, so this. Please know, I know what pain was. I still know what pain is, because I can tap in energy of pain in any one of you, in humanity. That's what pushed me to serve, because I have come out of it. And if I have, you can. Whatever I've done, you can. What is needed is focus. Question to ask yourself: what do I really desire? Really, really. No matter what is in your surrounding, what is it? What's your values? What action do you take? You build yourself, you build momentum. And I'm telling you one thing, you will discover your inner power. You will. There's no other way. There's no other way. Unless you say, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.